So last night we're gonna talk about, me. I'm a level 15, so I consider myself obviously a new player. So first time I ever played Starfield on the PS5, and last night I did some designing on my ship, and I'm just gonna talk about that from a new player's perspective. And we're gonna go over some of that, and I have not flown it or tested it yet, so I have a mission lined up to go destroy a Crimson's fleet ship. So once I do a tour, talk about what I did to it, we're going to test it as well. So it ought to be some fun. So
Anything I can
first
help
of
you with?
all,
Got anything you need to
let's go
offload? Trade
into
authorities always buy. Sure, have
the
at it.
modify ship section so I can just talk a little bit about what I've done here. And uh, what I've done is add some new habitats. I took out the original older one, and this one is an engineering bay. Then we got captain's quarters, control station, Nova Galactic Infirmary, and Nova Galactic Living Quarters 2x1. That's what I've added to it. And then also I put in some ship ports for some cool views out the ship, which I'm really happy about it. I'll show you guys what that looks like once we get into the ship on a tour. So we got those ports on the front there, on here, so you can see outside on all that, and then also on the back there. And yeah, what I have done. I had these White Dwarfs 2010s on it all by themselves, which I had put on it upgrade before, and I have added these Immune 3 engine here, and what that did was increase my mobility, because the more you're building on the ship, you're gonna lose mobility. And the drawback to that is the slowest engine in your engine setup is that's gonna be what your max speed is gonna be. So because of the fact I have this one on, is actually gonna slow me down, since these are more powerful. If you look at the stats here, engine thrust 11,340, maneuvering thrust 2130, and these are 9200 thrust and 1900 maneuvering. So um, yeah, basically what maneuvering is, what I looked into it, is it allows you to accelerate faster, but the key thing is that it allows you to turn the ship faster, so when you're in dog fights and whatnot, you have more maneuverability. So if I were to leave these off, I would have a higher top speed, but I couldn't turn as good. So that's one thing to consider. And the reason I picked these, even though they're not the most powerful, so if I go to add, say I go to engines, um, these, I needed an engine that was going to be able to connect directly to the back. So if I were to go, the thrust, let's see, the thrust on these or maneuvering aren't as good, even though you got to kind of look at the value there. But otherwise, I would have liked to have, I think these White Dwarfs, let's see, let's compare these. 8850 for the thrust compared to 9200. Well, I guess these are pretty good. But anyways, I also upgraded the grav drive. I've upgraded the fuel tank, which there's better fuel tanks I could get, and then I've upgraded my shields here, and I've put on, this was a special part I collected. It's just a shield refractory unit. Now I'd taken off the missile, and I'm only, so I don't have 3 different weapon types on here. I'm putting all my power into the particle beam weapons because these do equal hull and shield damage versus, ballistics are more for hull, less for shield, and lasers are more for shield and less for hull. So particle beams are really good. So these are the PB30s. They got 13 hull damage and 13 shield. Versus these have 12 and 12. Now I could probably put some of these up here if I want to increase my firepower up closer, but it says these have a range of 3,500 and these have a range of 3,000. So, and I've spent all my money on building this ship and ammo, and I don't have much left. So I have 3,100 credits to my name now, so I'm pretty broke. But that's what I've done so far. And then also what I've learned, because I've never had replaced the habitats before, which are these type of quarters here. If you're new, confused what I'm talking about, which you can walk through and they add space to the ship, and there's different habitats. One thing I learned about habitats, because yesterday was, when I was doing this, was the first time that I've ever done it. I didn't realize, even if you choose like, okay, this size habitat, and you have to scroll through the variants with the left or right D-pad, so it'll tell you not only change, oh yeah, so the variants, it will say empty. I accidentally put one that was empty on, so then I ended up going back in and deleting it and then putting the one on that actually has stuff in it. So you can actually buy them where they're totally empty and they don't have any of the goodies in there. So I learned my lesson on that. Like, so that's what I learned, yeah, about habitats, and I think we'll cover it. Now I'm gonna take you guys in and do a tour. Sorry, I did forget about talk about the upgraded reactor. I forgot about that I had put in there. So this is the 134 mm toroidal reactor, if that's how you pronounce it. So if you go under reactors, this is the one here. Now it says the power generated, meaning the bars I can put into the ship, it's 20. And this is for a Class B ship, and that doesn't even put out as much power, but so my 134 mm is my best option to put on this ship, so that's what I have. And then, oh, also, if you're newer to this game, when you're in your ship menu, so when you pause the game, you go over to ship on the bottom left, and then you can hit crew. So each different type of crew members will actually boost perks for your ship if they have the right perks. Like Andreja boost energy weapon systems. Sarah's got astro dynamics there. Vasco, now he will boost shield systems, EM weapon systems, and your tronic fusion. So that's one thing to keep in mind. when you're getting followers, I guess you would say, to go on your ship, because some of them will give you better qualities for certain things that you're looking for. Alright, let's go in and take a quick tour around the ship that I've built.
Any adventure you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes?
So we come in, and yeah, I had put this, I think it's an engineering bay. I can't remember everything because I'm new at this, but I believe that's engineering. And this goes into the cockpit here. And then take a look on this side, and that's cool that these habitat add-ons, you can actually, like, they start off closed when you put them on, but that's cool. You can keep them closed or open for each section. So we'll start off kind of at the back here. That's my adoring fan that I have, that I chose at the beginning. I brought him back on because I added out of the ship so I could have more crew members on now, so add some life to the ship. So yeah, these ports that I put on so I can see outside, I really like that. That's really neat. This is like little captain's quarters, so I can actually sleep right on my ship, which is fantastic. Got some chairs and stuff. And then you can see outside on each side. And okay, excuse me, Andreja, let's go up here. I think this is the computer room. Either way, it's cool. And then I got, you know, the ports on both sides too. It's a good view. And then we'll go to the other side. We have like a living quarters for the peeps, so they got their table and stuff in here. This is a cool little hangout station, you know. Looks like it'd be pretty neat to sit down there, hang out, and they got their utensils for cooking and all that. That's pretty cool. They got like a little bed there. Let's go up to the top. The infirmary is up here. First aid on the wall, you know, they get injured. Got a research lab here, which is cool. And pharmaceutical lab. It's pretty neat. I really like the aesthetics, just the way it looks, besides its functions. There's a couple habs I don't have on here, which I think it's the science. Might be the science and the workshop or something like that. Okay, so then, yep, that's what I've done to the ship so far. And I think there was one other thing I didn't even realize, is that I actually have a captain's locker. I did not know that. And I can actually store up to 40 mass up into this by itself, which is pretty cool. And then, of course, I got my cargo hold, which I can store. I have not upgraded my cargo hold, but I think standard as it came, 450 mass. So, alright, let's take this up and give it a test. See how she flies. I hope I'm happy with it. It's gonna feel a lot different from what I had on there before.
Engines firing.
I guess kind of one of the things I'm concerned about is losing some top speed with the maneuverability in the engine setup, but we'll see how this works out. I really get into this whole shipbuilding thing as a new player and just like messing around with it and learning as I go, and the fun of shipbuilding. Like, I'm having a blast with that. So, okay, let's just. Okay, all my power is not allocated. Okay, let's put everything in the engine and just fly around and see what the speed gets to. Actually, it's not too bad. I think, what did I max out before? I can't remember. I think it was 155. And I'm still at 149. Let's try the boost. Although I have all my power in the engines. Okay, up to 595 or 6 on a boost. See how it feels on the turns. Not too bad. Not too bad. Let's see if I can get a oops. I just wanted to get a third-person view on it. It looks pretty sharp, but okay. So, take some off the engine after testing it. We're gonna go and try and take out that ship and actually test the weapons, the actual maneuverability, and test the fight. Let's see, shields. I only got so much power to allocate, but so I'll have it during the firefight. I'm definitely gonna have my shields all the way up and my weaponry all the way up, so my engines aren't going to be able to be maxed anyhow. Okay, destroy the Crimson Fleet. Go to any planet in the Gunaboo system, something like that. So let's fly over there. It's not too far. It does say to be a level 20 and only a 15, but we're still going. Let's allocate some to the grab drive so we can go a little faster. And then I'll take that out of the grab drive and put that right back into the engine.
I will never get tired of that.
Alright, let's test this out. I have some piloting skill ranked up stuff, so I got some decent upgrades to lock on and pilot for a beginner. Alright, let's see if I can turn this baby. Bounty hunter? That was an accurate shot.
Damn these mercs. Don't have the patience to wait for a real score. Guess you couldn't help joining the fray. Just glad you didn't eat it. Because the bounty on your head gets bigger the longer you live. So we just want to make sure it stays that way.
Let's see. I thought you actually wanted to help me.
Emergency! Come to my farm. Urgent! Nah, we just want to keep you alive long enough for the creds to be worth our while. So, you keep that pretty little mug of yours alive until it's enough for us to retire, okay? Be seeing ya.
See, I have the wanted perk starting out, so that's why their bounty hunters are after me, which really makes it kind of an interesting little side things that happen. We got some ship parts. I mean, but as far, yeah, I was listening to what they said, but as far as the testing on the way the ship is handling in battle, it's actually pretty decent. I thought it was going to be a little worse, to be honest. Let's see, what do we got going on over here? I think we got to take out another ship. That looks pretty cool now.
Let me show you how it's done.
All right, let's do it. Target the shields.
Target has lost their grab drive. They cannot jump away.
Toast.
You're done.
All right, we got some more enemies here.
This all you got?
Okay, we're testing our acrobatics for sure right now.
Waste of time.
All right, I got to be careful here. I'm actually starting to get whooped on.
Lost their grab drive.
Trying to repair my ship there with R3. All right, where are we at? Yo. Oh, there we go. Select target. Lock on. Oh, he took off before I could really lock onto him.
Tagged them.
Target lock. Good thing I got ship parts for repairs because I'm getting kind of bashed on here. Target lock.
Enemy's shield gone. Enemy's grab drive out of commission.
Alright, we did it.
Our grab drive is in the green.
Alright, where else do we gotta go?
Well, you didn't put us into a planet, so we must be in the right place.
Pick up the package. Oh, I think this is actually a different mission, guys. Because okay, we did beat the Crimson Fleet one and test that out. Okay, I thought I had to blow up another ship. So, yeah, since we finished up talking about the ship, tested it, I think I'm going to end that episode here. And yeah, thanks all for watching and appreciate the support. We'll see you in the next one.